The lowdown.
Yeah, so that way I can build a foundation for you, and then you have the option of either releasing another project yourself, or you can release another one through me.
And what would you say off that, piggybacking off that, if you don't mind, I would like you to possibly explain a little bit of your process. Like, what's your process like creatively? Like, do you just go into the studio and you feel a vibe, or like you said, you listen to the artist's music and kind of pick up what kind of vibe they're on? Like, what goes into Late Night Thirds, like, kind of creative process when you're in album mode, when you're in, you know, because I see statuses sometimes and you're like, yo, in album mode and here, and you got pictures in the studio. So, like, I mean, I'm a follower. So what would you say if you could describe to the people, like, how does your process go? How do you become creative in them moments?
Well, I tend to start either searching for sounds, or I tend to start making sounds myself, like, because I know how to use a synthesizer, I know how to manipulate samples and clear those samples.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to figure out like a good direction off of just making the melody first before I go into my drums, because I'm a percussionist and I know how to like tend to deal with drums. So, and the melody is usually the harder part, because even though I know how to play piano, I know how to deal with like music theory, it's still not that easy of a process.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to figure out what's going to be the good drive if I want to put this into like a trap song or a house song or a dubstep song,
okay,
or a pop song, and tend to structure it, and then I tend to mix everything and master it myself.
Okay, so I had to get that snippet. So far, like when you enter, like, because I find sometimes working with artists or different artists, like, you'll be into your creative vein. Have you ever found, like, you know, I guess it's kind of like getting in the bedroom and having performance anxiety. Do you find, like, it's some artists that can't, you get in the booth and it's just a nah, it's just a doesn't sound right?
I've had like a lot of people that sit there is like, I'm not feeling this, or hey, look, you change this, or tend to want to like take over the production and had to sit there and be like, yo, let me finish, you know. So I've had that before. Like, I tend to have like certain people in the studio with me that let them know, like, hey, look, this is not a normal process. You gotta let him cook and let him finish before it.
Okay.
You know.
And what about? Oh, go ahead.
And then after that, a lot of the time they end up getting amazed. If they tell me like a certain input, like, oh yeah, do you think you can change this or do this and do that, or like, you know, certain simple stuff, I'll be like, all right, I got you. You know, and end up making it better.
Okay.
I don't mind changing like stuff for like other people.
Okay.
You know, I always put the other artists into consideration.
Because a lot of producers like, yo, this is what I got. You either get with it or you don't. Or, you know, I'm a hot producer, so you should just bend to what I'm doing. So you leave it more open for kind of collective interpretation.
Yeah, I'm producing for an artist. I want to make sure that that artist has that. Even though I want to challenge them, I want to make sure that they are in that certain lane. I'm not going to sit there and have a bigger artist try to go on like a hardstyle song.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to make them go drastically turn left. I want to make sure they can gradually go on a certain path, but make sure that they can do something different, so that way they can gain a lot more of an audience just by letting them see a different side of you.
Okay, all right. And you mentioned comfortability earlier, and you know, stepping outside of comfort zones. And I think just in general, that's like a key to any type of growth system. You got to kind of be uncomfortable to grow and to learn those lessons. What would you say was one of your most uncomfortable moments, one of your most growth moments, as far as, you know, it could be from any realm, whether it's just production, whether it's your artistry, whether it's a performance. What are some of your, what have you found to be some of your more uncomfortable moments where maybe greatness or good things have came from it?
It's kind of tough because I've been on a really good path.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on a good path, but then there's times where it's like, oh yeah, my equipment's as fucked up. Because I've actually been a feature artist on Afro Hours, and my equipment like
shout out Afro Hours, DJ
yeah.
Michelle B.
Yes, shout out Afro Hours. Yeah, my equipment ended up fucking up, and the sound came out horrible for me. and everybody left the building, but they really sat there. I was like, no, this was actually a really good set, you know.
Yeah.
Because I ended up doing something different from everybody else that tend to like actually like perform at after hours, you know.
Do you find that you get judged a little bit differently because of like what genres you tap into? Do you ever find the judgment a little different for you?
I used to.
I mean, do you even care anymore?
I don't. Honestly, I never cared.
Oh, okay.
Like,
So, I mean, that's the attitude to have.
Because it's like, yo, either you want to work or you don't. Either
right.
You want something or you don't. Either you want to listen or you're not. It don't matter to me because I already figured what audience I want to target.
Right.
So there is, even though I want to blend a lot of these genres, there is an audience I know I want to target.
Right. I mean, because I know a lot of times, like, and I always refer to it, you know, as our culture. In our culture, you know, you sometimes get shunned for being different. If you're the kid in the hood who rides a skateboard and you're not riding the dirt bikes, then, you know, people tend to look at you different. If you're the kid that's not busting the hot 16, but you got the synth and the 909s bank, and they might be like, "What the fuck are you on, bro?"
No,
like,
that's the thing. That's where you disrupt the system. Like for instance, when it came out of skateboarding, it wasn't hot before, and now it's hot.
Now you find mad niggas skateboard.
Now you got other people like busting their ass trying to do it.
Trying to do it.
Then that's how I see it, like even now, because like I get a lot of people out of the woodwork that's like, oh, I want hey, yo, you think you can make me a house song?
Yeah,
something like that. I'm like, all right, sure.
And now how you see the reincarnation of house music when you get the Babies and the Uzi Verts kind of coming out with, and the Beyonces.
They're coming out with the Jersey Club right now.
Yeah. I mean, but
I mean, I've done it already.
Yeah.
I've done it.
I mean, because I find, and don't get me wrong, and I know I'm gonna disrupt a couple of my viewers, of my younger audience. I'm not so much of a fan of what I like to call like the TikTok era. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I just don't like when you shaking your hips and this and this, all this. Like, you know, I come from the traditional dance, you know, jump behind the booty or something, grind up on her,
hey,
you know.
I'm a B-boy. I break
you know what I'm saying? You know I mean, yeah, even that, I could take that, but some of the TikTok dancing is just, you know, for me, just for me personally, it get a little beyond me, for, you know what I mean? So, like, I get to the point where, you know, sometimes you scroll through the reels or the TikToks and I'm literally tired of seeing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I do enjoy the sounds, and I guess and let me not just act like I'm shitting on it. I do like to see the development and the expansion of where we take. I feel like our culture touches anything and we go crazy with it, whether it's the house music, the Jersey Club, the Baltimore sound.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, I got a sister in Baltimore and I was down there and, you know, they got their little dance where they slide and they step and they do this. And, you know, so we can kind of touch any bass and make it hot. It's just, you know, I am, you know, an 80s baby, 90s raised, you know, so I feel like I get caught up sometimes in my own rigidness of that 90s kind of, you know what I mean, underground to the early 2000s, like commercialization, and to kind of see the culture grow into where we have producers like you who come straight out the hood, but they gonna go do the EDM, and we got, you know what I mean, like, a kid that's 16 and he takes it from, you know, the b-boying and the break beats and the hip hop to now he can do, you know, a house track and go off. Like, what would you say, I guess how I can term this question is, what would you say is your goal for your sound? Like, because, you know, I know as, you know, a guy who used to like to spit, and I'm still into the culture very heavily, like, you know, in the back of our mind, we always kind of got like a foresight, a goal for where we want. I heard you say earlier that, you know, you would love to help create a foundation where the vein is now open, kind of like you're a trailblazer. You want to kind of set the pace, so the people who are behind you, it might be that 16-year-old kid over there on Barber Street who like, man, I like this hard shit, but this EDM shit got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they're inspired because they see late night. Like, what would you say your end game is for your end all be all vision for what you're doing?
Multiple things. One, I just want to be heard. Fuck the fame and fortune. I just want to be heard.
Whoa. I don't know if I can agree with you on the fortune. I need a little piece of the pie. You can have the fame.
I get the hustler mentality.
Yeah. You can have the fame.
I get that part, because I mean, for me, like when it comes on money, like, you know, you got the integrity. If I get paid, but I want to get paid because of the integrity and stuff like that.
Right.
But I want to be heard. you know, and I want to make sure that everybody else who isn't heard gets heard, you know, and again, I want to disrupt the system to make it so that way it's better for other artists to get heard and to strive into everywhere.
And so okay, so and I feel like that's great too, because I think when you start out, especially in like a position, especially coming from yours, you know, an urban kid who wants to tap into this EDM vein that's not the overwhelmingly popular choice, you know, I feel like a lot of times on our road to whatever our path of glory is, like, you know, when you said, and you, even though it was just a statement, but it was poignant, you know, you say something interesting like, fuck the fame and the fortune, I just want to make sure people get heard. And to me, when I hear that, it's such a pure ideology, because when you are enveloped in the culture in such a way, you know, I feel like every creator feels like, yo, I just want it to be heard. I just want it to be accepted. I just want it to be this. And I've met some cats who started off like that, and then it becomes about the fame and the fortune. What do you think, you know, separates you from going down that path? Let's say tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Somebody come knocking, man. We trying to buy you. So as we wrap it up with my boy, my good friend, Late Night, Tracks Up is the movement. You've definitely explained what separates you inside our culture. If you could tell the people, you know, if they're interested in doing any work with you, how that could be done, and also just dropping your socials so they know where to get in contact with you at.
I mean, you see, if you ever see me around, you know, you can always like come up to me and have a conversation. And if you ever message me, you know, Instagram, late_night_3RD, or you know, my Facebook, I guess Paul Anderson Jr. if you want. Real name. I'm not hiding from anybody. I will be making a official page soon as Late Night. Yeah, if you message me, you want to send me some stuff, or if you need something like maybe beaters or like, you know, like fix up on like, you know, vocal processing or something like that, let me know. Annoy me, you know, if you want some work done, like just let me know and keep pounding me.
Got to network and keep it serious. My boy Late Night Third, man, I appreciate you coming through the lowdown.
Thank you.
Coming to Hemi offices, Hemi headquarters, man.
Shout out to the Hemi.
I appreciate squad. You. I know you got the Hype Fest coming up, so we look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, come
you know what I'm saying? Fest. That's like, August 27th.
I'm gonna disrupt that place. I'm gonna let you know that.
Yeah, look, I ain't mad at. I'm personally looking forward to that set, man. I appreciate you coming through on this late night. No pun intended. Well, maybe pun intended.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Coming through on the late night. And really gracing us with your presence here at the Hemi offices, man. And
I'm honored to be here, honestly.
It's been a pleasure.
It's a dope spot here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. You know, me and my guy Flex, shout out downstairs, man. He worked really hard pulling this off. I mean, I look forward to watching your endeavors continue to grow, watch you become more and more successful. And I'm gonna stay tapped in as usual. And hopefully, the next time we do one of these things, forget about the little lowdown when you pop up and you're doing the Excel Center or something. You know what I'm saying? Or you out at Xfinity. You know what I mean?
If it's there, it's there, yo. I'll take that opportunity for sure.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming through. This has been another episode of The Lowdown. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, you smash that like button, you follow me on all platforms. Shout out to Hemi, the gang. Shout out to Hemi, the clothes. Shout out to everything, man. Y'all keep striving. All my Hartford artists, all my CT artists, man, this for y'all. If y'all looking for an interview, y'all know where to come find me. That's my boy Late Night Third right there. Make sure y'all follow him on all platforms. Look out for his music. Look out for his streaming music. All DSPs.
Album coming out.
Got another album coming out.
October.
You know what I'm saying? And this has been another edition of the Lowdown, man. Appreciate y'all, man. And we out.